Buddy steps out of his house, ready for adventure. Dressed in his bright red rocket t-shirt, he's joined by his loyal golden retriever, Biscuit. Together, they're about to explore the world around them. With a crumpled piece of paper in hand, Buddy sketches a treasure map. "Today, we're going on a treasure hunt," he declares. Biscuit tilts his head curiously, wagging his tail in excitement. Buddy skips down the sidewalk, holding the treasure map tightly. Biscuit trots beside him, sniffing the ground and wagging his tail non-stop. The duo heads toward the park, eager to begin their quest. As they enter the park, Buddy scans the area eagerly. "The treasure could be anywhere," he says. Biscuit immediately starts sniffing the grass, ready to uncover hidden surprises. Biscuit begins digging near a patch of dirt. After a few moments, he pulls out an old sneaker covered in mud. Buddy bursts out laughing, saying, "Biscuit, treasure not trash." At another spot, Biscuit uncovers a soda can half buried in the ground. Buddy shakes his head with a smile, saying, "What kind of treasure is this?" Biscuit barks happily, proud of his find. Near a picnic table, Biscuit digs once more and pulls out half a hamburger bun. Buddy laughs uncontrollably, but just then, a man in a gray tracksuit approaches angrily. "That was my lunch," he shouts. Buddy grabs Biscuit's collar, and the two take off running across the park. Mr. Grumpy chases them briefly, yelling, "Come back here!" As they flee, Biscuit snatches a leaf from Mr. Grumpy's pocket, proudly holding it in his mouth like a trophy. Behind a tree, Buddy and Biscuit stop to catch their breath. Buddy leans against the trunk, laughing hysterically. Biscuit sits beside him, wagging his tail and proudly holding the leaf he stole. After catching their breath, Buddy stands up straight and points toward a quieter corner of the park. "The real treasure must be over there," he says. Biscuit barks enthusiastically, ready to keep searching. In a quiet corner of the park, Biscuit starts digging again. Buddy kneels beside him, cheering him on. The peaceful setting is perfect for their treasure hunt, surrounded by tall trees and lush green grass. Suddenly, Biscuit uncovers a real bone buried in the dirt. Buddy gasps in shock, exclaiming, "Where did you find that?" Biscuit gives him a proud look, wagging his tail rapidly as if to say, "I'm the best treasure hunter ever." But to Buddy's disbelief, Biscuit casually tosses the bone into a nearby trash can. Buddy facepalms and sighs deeply, shaking his head in mock frustration. "Biscuit, you really are something else." Buddy collapses onto the grass, laughing so hard that tears form in his eyes. Biscuit curls up beside him, resting his head on Buddy's lap and wagging his tail playfully. Their bond shines brightly in this joyful moment. Lying flat on his back, Buddy looks up at the sky and says thoughtfully, "We may not have found real treasure, but we had so much fun." Biscuit tilts his head curiously, his big round eyes shining with loyalty. As the sun begins to set, Buddy and Biscuit side by side, watching the sky transform into shades of orange, pink, and purple. The serene park setting provides a perfect backdrop for their unforgettable adventure. Leaning against Biscuit, Buddy pats his head affectionately. "You're the best treasure hunter I know," he says. Biscuit licks Buddy's hand playfully, his tail wagging enthusiastically. Their friendship grows stronger with every passing moment. Hand in paw, Buddy and Biscuit walk toward the park exit as the golden hues of the sunset bathe the scene in warmth. Their laughter echoes in the air, leaving viewers with a heartwarming sense of joy and mischief. Buddy stretches his arms high above his head after lying on the grass. "What a day! I'm hungry now," he says. Biscuit tilts his head curiously, wagging his tail as if to agree. The two walk hand in paw toward the park exit, surrounded by the serene ambience of the park. Tall trees sway gently in the breeze, and the golden glow of the sunset casts long shadows on the ground. Families smile warmly at Buddy and Biscuit as they pass. One child giggles and points at Biscuit, saying, "What a cute dog." Buddy grins proudly and pats Biscuit's head. Holding Biscuit's leash tightly, Buddy and Biscuit cross the street carefully. Cars slow down to let them pass, and drivers wave kindly. The quiet charm of the neighborhood surrounds them. As they approach the front door, Buddy says, "What an adventure today was!" Biscuit barks happily, wagging his tail in agreement. The warm glow of the sunset highlights their silhouettes against the vibrant suburban backdrop. Buddy opens the front door with a big smile on his face. He steps inside, holding the door open for Biscuit. The cozy interior of the house is bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun streaming through the windows. Inside, Buddy sits on the floor and begins taking off his sneakers. "Time to rest, Biscuit," he says. Biscuit tilts his head curiously, wagging his tail as if to agree. Biscuit trots over to his dog bed and lies down comfortably. Buddy walks over and pats his head affectionately, saying, "Good job today, Buddy." Biscuit lets out a happy bark, closing his eyes as he relaxes. Heading to the kitchen, Buddy grabs a cookie from the counter. He holds it up triumphantly, saying, "We earned this." Biscuit wags his tail eagerly, hoping for a bite. Buddy breaks the cookie in half and shares it with Biscuit. Biscuit happily munches on his share while Buddy smiles contentedly. Their shared joy highlights the bond between them in the cozy kitchen setting. Buddy sits down on the living room couch after sharing the snack with Biscuit. Patting Biscuit's head affectionately, he says, "What a day, huh?" Biscuit lets out a contented sigh, resting his head on Buddy's lap. On the couch, Buddy sits with Biscuit curled up beside him. Leaning back, Buddy says softly, "What a day, Biscuit!" Biscuit snoozes peacefully, his tail wagging lazily. In the warm glow of the sunset, their friendship shines forever.